All right, another interesting question that was raised was what types of unions other than Local 700 are there? It would be this one that I'm very familiar with. It's the IATSE, which is another quirky way of pronunciating the abbreviation, which is IATSE. It's Local 695 in North Hollywood. It's for production sound technicians, television engineers, video assist technicians, and studio projectionists. They're more adamant on location sound, production sound on set, of course, being a sound mixer. This is their landing page as to why to join. I know a lot of students on campus have asked me why you should join a union. I mean, of course, there's pros and cons to everything. You can't satisfy the entire world. But let's highlight why you should join. Obviously, a lot of you have been doing work for hire stuff. You've been doing non-union, what is considered non-union work. Some are, pretty much on their own, getting tax credits for that, which I'll cover on another video later. But why join? So they say, this is directly out of their website, without union affiliation, you are alone and isolated at the lowest end of the work environment. Lacking the means to protect your self-interest, your personal experience will likely confirm that fact alone. You have very little negotiating power against a producer determined to give you as little as possible. Now, this is factually true. I know a lot of people that make a career out of freelancing usually get into some type of bidding war with production regarding pay. And there's a lot of things that are not considered sometimes on set. But like I said, every scenario is different. But with union affiliation, you are participating in critical decisions that affect your life, such as wages, continuing education, medical care for yourself and your family, holiday pay, retirement benefits, work conditions, and professional representation in the workplace. There is indeed strength in numbers, and with tens of thousands of IATSE workers on your side, you can have control over your future in this industry, which, yes, you can have control. But it's really, there was an old saying in the industry is it's not the toy, it's the boy. It's really what you put in. You get what you deserve as much hard work as you put in, and pretty much have a purpose as to why you are doing what you're doing now and not just going through the motions. But they have other stuff here with better conditions, better pay, superior health insurance, a pension plan for your future, and more. Now, another question is, how do you get in? In the previous video that I covered with the MPSC Local 700, it's very similar, just the days are different. The required days are different, of course. But if you have any additional questions, they have the number here. I'll attach the link to the video as well. But there are two ways to join Local 695 and work under IATSE Local 695 contracts. One of them is, I'll zoom in, is you have to get on the industry experience roster. So you can see here. And of course, it states to get on the industry experience roster, you must be able to prove that you've worked at least 100 days. Remember, in Local 700, it was 170 days. So there's a 70-day difference. But here's the catch is 100 days in the appropriate classification within the past 36 months, and then complete the contract services industry experience roster application. So you have to apply just like you do with 700. It's no different. To obtain an application, they give you contract services number, and then you download the application on this site. And of course, just like 700, you'll need to verify the days worked with check stubs or a letter from the employer or payroll company. However, if you hit the jackpot, this is where a lot of people kind of get lucky. The easiest, fastest, and least expensive way to join Local 695 is if you're working on a non-union production. And at the time it becomes organized, goes union, and you've completed 30 days of work experience in your job classification. That does happen. A lot of people I know become unionized immediately, and they get offered immediate membership into the local. And then, of course, like any other union, there's initiation fees, but they're lower substantially because of the production going union. And those days apply towards a lower 30-day requirement for industry experience roster replacement. If you wish to join Local 695 and are currently working on non-union set or production, call the local and tell us about the production so we have the information needed to attempt to organize that production. It's anonymous. I guess they say your name will not be mentioned to the employer. Not to sound like a snitch, but sometimes you do have to call them. There's some scenarios where you do have to look out for, which is very unfair. But they have more stuff. You can call them and find out more. But another thing I want to highlight here is if you go to their homepage, this is what it looks like this. And they have the members only access, and then they have the public access. But just to give you a brief, they have a video here, by the way, that you can click on and watch. And there's production sound technicians that control recording levels and equalization settings and oversees the creative technical operation and the production sound crew. The reason why I'm kind of distinguishing both the Local 700, which has the sound editors, the recordists, the scoring mixers, I'm sorry, is this is a little bit more on the field side. The boom operator, which you guys are familiar with too, the utility sound technician. There's just a lot of people to make a movie or a television show, but collectively it's the production sound crew. You can read more on this particular section on their website. There's also video engineers, television broadcast engineers, projection engineers. This was very detailed as to what the differences are, but collectively they all work together. And this is their website, and they have they're in North Hollywood off of Cahuenga. So if you ever have any questions, you can pretty much contact them and talk to someone, or you can email them as well. But that's all I have for you today. I'll be doing another video soon. In the meantime, I'll be seeing you around campus.